Did you start this year off with some goals to improve your health but find yourself struggling to make a healthy lifestyle part of your own routine? If so, you're in the right place. My name is Catherine Basu. This is Tighten and Tone Tuesday, and this is week 4 of a 4-week series where I've been sharing some easy tips and tricks for you to start making fitness a part of your own routine. Alright, so today is week 4 of March Madness at Fit Armadillo, where I've been challenging you to start your fitness routine or reassess your fitness routine with me this March. Most people do it in January, but I wanted to do it in March because I like doing things a little bit differently. And March tends to be the time where a lot of those awesome resolutions that we made at the beginning of the year kind of fall by the wayside. So this is your opportunity to kind of reassess what's going on, get some tips, and jumpstart your routine as you head into April. So if you missed some of the other videos and tips I had, they're all really quick and easy. Go back here to those links to learn how to start setting up your own fitness routine and making fitness really a part of your routine and lifestyle. And then come back to finish watching this week's video. So this week I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about nutrition, because fitness is really important to have as part of our routine, but if you aren't fueling your body properly and feeding yourself properly, you're not going to have enough energy or fuel to get through those workouts or to make it easy for you to want to make fitness a part of your routine. At the end of last month, I went to a fitness conference, and one of the topics we talked about was nutrient timing, how to help clients figure out when they should be eating different foods, at what times. And one of the big things that they said at this conference and during that session was that 80 to 90% of our clients' needs and nutritional goals are going to be met by having our clients follow just basic nutrition guidelines. I'm going to let that sink in for a second. What that means is that whether you want to be an athlete or you just have a weight loss goal, there's no need to make things complicated, because you can get a B or an A on nutrition just by following some simple tips. So we're not going to complicate things today or the rest of the month or the rest of the year as we add nutrition to your routine. We're going to keep things really simple, but a lot of people miss these basics. So what are these basic nutrition tips that make up 80 to 90% of a really solid, awesome result in terms of your nutrition? Number 1 is making sure that you're fueling your body with enough calories, enough energy. That's what calories are. They're just energy to fuel your body to do the different things it needs to do. So if you don't know how many calories or how much energy you need, there is one free resource I really love. I've talked about on Tighten and Tone Tuesday before, and it's called Choose My Plate. I'll leave a link in my comments. But I love this resource. It's free. You're going to go in there, plug in your information, and it's going to give you basic guidelines to help you figure out how much food you need each day and what types of food you need for those fuel sources. And that's where I would recommend you start to figure out basic tip number 1 for nutrition. How much fuel do you need? Now that's a great free resource. I also do offer nutrition planning for my clients. So if you do want to take things to the next level, I'm happy to talk to you more about that. But this is just something that's really basic and is going to give you the general knowledge that most people don't have. Tip number 2 is to eat more whole foods. Might seem really simple, but this is where a lot of Americans especially struggle. It's very easy and cheap to buy processed foods, but we often struggle to eat whole foods. But I want you to eat those whole foods because they're going to help you feel full longer. They're going to give you more nutrients than the processed foods. They're going to give you some water, which is actually really important for us to have. If we're just eating processed foods, we don't get any extra water from our foods, which is really important. And eating those fruits and veggies can help us cut down on the actual volume of water we need to drink. So challenge yourself to add more whole foods to your plate. A goal is to get half of your plate as fruits and or veggies at each meal, but just start by adding in a little bit to your day, to your meals each day, and then working up to that half of your plate at every meal being those colorful greens and some fruits as well. I touched on this really briefly, but I did mention that whole foods have a lot of water. Getting enough water is really important no matter what your fitness goals are as well. If you're an athlete and you're dehydrated, you are not going to do so well. You're not going to perform so well. Water is really important if you have weight loss goals as well. So make sure you're getting enough water. If you need tips for water, I do have a bunch of other videos I've shared about those. I can leave some links here for you. But that's another thing that's really important. It's one of the basics of nutrition. A lot of people miss it, but if you add it in, it can have a big impact on your energy levels, on how you feel, on the results that you're getting with your fitness routine. All right, so this last week of March Madness, starting your fitness routine, all my little quick and easy tips has been all about nutrition. And my 3 basic tips were, number 1, make sure you know how many calories your body actually needs to run itself each day. Number 2 is to eat more whole foods. Start small, but try to go up to that half a plate of fruits and veggies at every meal. And number 3, add in more water. Make sure you're getting enough water for your body each day. So now that you know those 3 tips, some basics of nutrition, you're going to have a B to at least a low A in terms of nutrition. So really basic tips, but they're going to take you a long way. 80 to 90% of really advanced nutrition is found in those basic tips that a lot of us lack. Now that you've watched this week's video, I want you to take action now. Leave me a comment below this video letting me know how you've been doing with your nutrition so far, or which of those tips you're going to start incorporating this week. You don't have to do them all at once. Maybe pick one of those 3 tips, but start adding them in so you can start fueling your body properly and making it easier to fit fitness in because you feel more energized and you have that energy to take you through your workouts. Did you enjoy this week's video and my March Madness tips for starting your fitness routine? If so, I would love for you to share it because sharing is caring. Thank you so much for stopping by for this week's video. I can't wait to hear your thoughts, hear how this month went for you, and to see you next week for a new episode of Tighten and Tone Tuesday. Bye!